To our other top story now, United Auto Workers making their voices heard, filing federal labor charges against Donald Trump and Elon Musk.
This comes just hours after a conversation between the two billionaires Monday evening. The union alleging that Trump and Musk illegally tried to threaten and intimidate workers who engaged in protected activities such as strikes. The UAW pointing to a conversation Trump and Musk had on X in which they apparently discussed threatening to fire workers who strike. Just a short time ago, I talked to a labor expert at Butzel Law Firm for some insight.
How do you envision these charges playing out down the road?
They could get a cease and desist order or require, Tesla or the Trump campaign to, post certain things in the workplace, basically, informing employees of their rights. My guess is that's probably not their main motivation, right? I think it's more of an action, right? Showing that we're taking on these things. We take the rights of workers very seriously.
Now, the Trump campaign releasing its response to the UAW, the statement saying, quote, "This frivolous lawsuit is a shameless political stunt intended to erode President Trump's overwhelming support among America's workers." The statement goes on to attack the Harris campaign's support of electric vehicles and to tout Trump's promise to impose a tariff on Chinese imports. It also says, quote, "Democrat special interest bosses may lie and stoke fear to try and stop President Trump from creating the broadest coalition of any candidate in history. But rank and file workers and their families know the truth." I've also reached out to the UAW and am awaiting a response.
And we'll be following those allegations closely as we hear from so many people on both sides of the aisle.
We're also taking a closer look at the conversation that led to those charges.
Yeah, 7 News Detroit anchor Mike Duffy joining us in studio now to break it all down for us. Mike.
Glenda, Simon, former President Donald Trump spoke at length with ex-CEO Elon Musk. The interview started off with technical issues, then lasted 2 hours once it started.
Former President Donald Trump's return to the platform that banned him after January 6th got off to a rough start. It was a conversation with Elon Musk, who reinstated Trump's X account when he bought the company in 2022. Technical issues delayed the live stream more than 40 minutes. Eventually, X showed more than 1 million joining in.
All right, hello everyone. My apologies for the late start.
Musk blamed a cyber attack, but provided no evidence. The Harris campaign was quick to make fun of the delay, resharing a Trump post on the Kamala HQ Truth Social account that criticized Florida Governor Ron DeSantis' presidential campaign launch event on X that was also delayed by glitches. Trump at the time said DeSantis' Twitter launch is a disaster. His whole campaign will be a disaster. As for Monday's 2-hour-long conversation with Musk, Trump meandered into various topics, bragging about his relationships with authoritarian leaders.
And I got along with Kim Jong-un. We had dinner, we had everything, and he really liked me, and I got along with him.
To insisting he would shut down the Department of Education as one of his first acts as president.
I want to close up Department of Education, move education back to the states.
Trump also repeated false claims and personal insults. The Harris campaign responded to the interview, saying in part, Trump's entire campaign is in the service of people like Elon Musk and himself, self-obsessed rich guys who will sell out the middle class and who cannot run a live stream in the year 2024. Vice President Kamala Harris and Tim Walz spent their first week as running mates on a campaign blitz across several battleground states. Today, Walz campaigned solo for the first time at a union event in Los Angeles.
And Donald Trump's running mate, J.D. Vance, is returning to Michigan tomorrow. He'll make an appearance in Byron Center, just outside of Grand Rapids. For Metro Detroiters interested in making the trip, I just checked, and you can still request tickets online. Meanwhile, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is expected to appeal a judge's decision to keep him off the ballot in New York. A Democrat-aligned group argued that Kennedy misled voters by listing an address that he rarely visits as his home address. It could prompt similar lawsuits in other states. Simon, Glenda?
All right, Mike, thank you. We'll see you again soon.